Good morning. I'm K. Pritham from Willards Global. I'll be discussing why health insurance is very much important. And before discussing this, I would like to ask this basic question. Have you secured your health financially? Okay, let's say I will start with a simple question. If something happens to you, is there anybody amongst your friends or your relatives who will be able to compensate or fund you during your health crisis? So the main purpose of having this video is to ensure or is as part of the social entrepreneurship. By social entrepreneurship, I mean by focusing on the societal aspects, by having concern towards the society. Main ultimate intention is to ensure that the insurance is or gets penetrated to even remote corners of the nation and the world. Many times, especially during ill health or blaming the government or the companies where the concerned victims work, or we resort to blame game rather than utilizing the opportunities that we already have. So, in order to ensure each and every individual financially, especially during health crisis, nowadays during the pandemic, we have come across a lot of news where children have become orphans, parents have lost their kids, okay, and even the families have lost their breadwinners, and also most of the families were of mediocre range, even they lost their money because of ill health, and many a times people die because they are unable to bear the hospital or hospitalization expenses. So, what is the solution for all this? Okay, before moving on to the solution, I would like to ask this question. Do you have any friend or relative who can bear your hospital expenses? If you say yes, even if you say yes, if any friend of yours is wholehearted enough to fund you during financial or medical emergency, you have to repay him or her at a later stage. Okay, then if your response is no, then there is a solution for that. So even if the response is yes or no, the solution for that is health insurance. Why health insurance? What is health insurance actually? If you have a health insurance, it will take care of your financial needs when you're hospitalized. So what is that one should take care of, or what should one should think of before buying health insurance? So these are the prominent topics that I've listed for the benefit of the society. The first one is prominent or reputed hospital in the city through cashless mode. So before buying any health insurance policy, you should first recognize whether the policy that you intend to buy covers the prominent hospital in your city. Okay, because the prominent hospital will have high-tech medical technology which will help you at the time of hospitalization. That you have done, that too, it should have a cashless mode. Cashless mode means if it is a elaborated in the network hospitals. Network hospital means the company that provides health insurance would have networked with several hospitals. Okay, if you get admitted in any of these hospitals, you will be treated through cashless mode. Means you need not pay any money. You have to just show your medical health insurance to them, and the medical insurance company will pay the hospitals. We need not pay anything from your pocket. Okay, that is what is meant by cashless mode. Okay, elaborating on network hospitals, see to it that the company that from which you are going to buy health insurance covers maximum number of hospitals, especially within your city, so that it will be easy for you to get admitted and avail cashless benefits. The third aspect that you should look into is claim settlement ratio. Claim settlement ratio means, let's say, out of 100 people, let's say 100 people apply for medical reimbursement, or it could be through cashless mode. Okay, out of 100, whether it is 95 people, if 95 people are in a position to successfully claim their medical bills, then that is a good company. Okay, claim settlement ratio is very much important. It's of no use if you pay your premiums to a company where the claim settlement ratio is very less, because even if you get admitted, it will not get reimbursed. So you should be very careful while choosing. Then pre-existing diseases. So some of the companies say that the pre-existing diseases are also covered. So what is this pre-existing diseases? There will be a list like BP, diabetes, heart. Okay, some cover it, some don't cover it. You should see according to your health situation regarding which is better for you. And more the number of pre-existing diseases that it covers, it is beneficial for you. And even if it has a waiting period of 24 months or 48 months, by paying an extra premium, you can reduce it. It all depends on your family history. See, it's health insurance is not just some mediocre work. Okay, it is a serious issue because it will save you in thousands and lakhs when you get hospitalized if you choose appropriate health insurance policy. Next is pre and post hospitalization duration. Let's say before getting hospitalized, let's say the doctor, let's say person A is suffering from illness, the doctor advises person A to get hospitalized. So let's say the doctor suggests him to get hospitalized in the next 15 days or 30 days. Okay, pre-hospitalization means before the hospitalization, what all the expenses that the patient incurs, that is also covered. Post-hospitalization means after operating or after hospitalization, what all medical expenses that the patient incurs, that is also covered. Greater the numbers of pre and post-hospitalization duration, it is better for the patient. That also you have to see. Some cover 30 days, some cover 60 days. So you have to see which covers maximum number of days that you have to opt for. Then capping on room rent. This is very much important. Some of the insurance providers say that we provide only 2% of the total insured amount. Let's say if you have insured for 1 lakh, only 2000 up to 2000 rupees they pay your room rent charges. Beyond that you have to pay. So it does not serve any purpose. So you should always look in for the policies which provides you unlimited capping on room rent, especially when any patient gets admitted to ICU. Per day cost itself is around 35,000 rupees to 40,000 rupees. Then 2,000 rupees is of no use. So you have to be very much careful while buying a policy. Then daycare treatment. What is meant by daycare treatment? Let's say some of the procedures, medical procedures does not require you to get admitted. Okay, for more than 24 hours. It could be a anything related to any of the issues. Okay, it could be any organs, any body parts which just requires minimum medication. Okay, that daycare treatment should be involved. It could be something related to eyes or ears or even teeth. Okay, those kind of things are also covered. Maternity, as you all know, usually they have their own waiting period. If you're planning, usually they say insurance, you need not plan anything that happens for the emergency. But if you're intelligent enough, you can in fact plan and then avail insurance. So some of the policies that offer maternity benefits have a waiting period of 12 months or 24 months. Okay, you can plan accordingly and then avail. The next aspect is global treatment. Let's say if you are a traveler, okay, if you travel to various places, either because of your work or because out of passion, always ensure that you have this global treatment covered. Because a global treatment means, let's say, you can get hospitalized in any part of the world, and even there will be cashless facilities, and you will be treated. Okay, you have to ask for specific global plans. Obviously, the premium for that will be quite high. Then Ayush treatment. Ayush stands for Ayurvedic, Unani, Siddhi, and homeopathy. Okay, it could be, let's say, if you want to detox. Many times people detox their body once in a year through Ayurvedic treatment, and even Unani, Shuddhi, and Siddhi, and homeopathy is followed by many individuals. So if you are regularly using this, always ensure that your health insurance policy covers this also. The next point that we have to focus is ambulance charges. Many times what happens is the ambulance charges itself is very expensive. Okay, so to and fro they charge around 10,000 rupees. So always ensure that the insurance policy that you buy covers these ambulance charges also. Next, 12th aspect is hospitalization. So this is very much important, especially we all know how people found it difficult to get a bed in the hospitals during the pandemic. So home hospitalization, some treatments that does not require hospitalization for on a continuous basis. Okay, So even when an individual is home hospitalized, means basic equipments of the hospitals, or it could be oxygen or basic drips facilities, if that can be arranged at home, and that the expenses that is incurred, it could be the expenses of the nurse or the doctor, visiting doctor, even that will be covered. So you should ensure again, all before buying, you should always look into your family history. Okay, whether your family is prone to diabetes or BP or heart problem, suitable to that, you have to opt for policies. Then no claim bonus. Let's say it's always advisable that you people buy health insurance when you are young, because the premium will be cheap, and there will be no grounds for rejection, and there will be no medical checks. Okay, if you are of a younger age, and no claim bonus, you obviously and people are young, they are less prone to diseases. So let's say if you don't claim that insurance for 1 year, there should be a bonus for you because you are not utilizing it. So some bonus, some companies offers 10%, 20%, 50%, depending on. So you choose which type of bonus you want, and then you can decide. Then restoration or refill or recharge. So this is also very much important. Restoration, refill or recharge means, let's say you have a 10 lakh health insurance. Due to some incident, you are hospitalized, and it cost you 10 lakhs. Okay, the medical expenses cost you 10 lakhs. Restoration means what happens? The company will reimburse, or not reimburse, will like kind of top up that additional 10 lakhs for your utilization. Okay, that is also very much important. Renewability or lifelong cover. So what is this renewability? Some of the health insurance providers provide health insurance only till the age of 60 or 65 or 75. So looking for policies that provides you maximum duration so that it will be beneficial for you. Then free annual health checkup. So annual health checkup is very much important, and many times we find it unnecessary because we have to spend money from our own pocket. So if you choose a health insurance that gives you free annual health checkup, free annual health checkup does not mean that you go and check your health in any of the diagnostic centers and then they will reimburse. That is not the case. In most of the health insurance providers, you have to inform them that you have to undergo health insurance, health annual checkup, and they will guide you to a particular diagnostic center, or the concerned diagnostic representative will visit your house and take your blood samples and then give you the report. So it's always better than nothing. Then budget is also important. Some are high end products, and some are of a mediocre level. Especially the government has mandated this Sanjeevani, or mandated that each and every insurance provider should start with the basic health plans. So almost all the companies, all the health insurance providers have this basic plans. If you don't, but it will have a copay option. I will tell what copay option is in the next point. But you see whichever is convenient for you. If you don't want to spend too much on health insurance, you can opt for budget plans. What do you mean by co-payment? Co-payment usually applies. Co-payment means along with the money that is paid by the health insurance providers, you too need to pay. It could be 80-20 ratio. 80% the health insurance providers will pay, and remaining 20% you need to pay. So this applies during in the case of budget insurance schemes or budget insurance plans, or when it is related to the elderly treatment. If anybody is treated beyond 60 in some plans, okay, if the medical expenses is up to 1 lakh, 80,000 will be paid by the company, remaining 20,000 you need to pay. So that is what is meant by co-payment. So critical care is very much important. And this you can in fact tie up with term insurance also. What is the understanding of critical care? When illness, health insurance means any illness that you suffer, it will be treated. Critical care advantage is the moment you are diagnosed of any critical disease, let's say cancer or diabetes or heart, anything. Okay, they will have their own critical care list. Okay, you have to look for the plans which will have maximum number of critical illness diseases that are covered. So the main advantage of critical illness diseases, let's say the moment you are diagnosed of cancer, or any individual is diagnosed of cancer, he or she will be given, let's say I bought a critical care illness rider or a policy worth 1 crore. Okay, or a person he has bought it for 1 crore by paying a premium of 20-30,000, or depending on the company. depending on the premium, depending on the age. If he or she gets diagnosed of cancer, the moment he or she is diagnosed of cancer, and if he or she survives for minimum 15 to 30 days, and they will have their own parameters, he or she will be given 1 crore by the company. So it's always better, right? Because once an individual is diagnosed of any critical disease, he or she cannot go to work. They can't lead a normal life. They need support financially. So that is very much important. That is critical care. And accident care, it is mandated by the union government, and it's part of the Motor Vehicle Act. Whenever you insure your two-wheeler or four-wheeler, the even it is included. The premium includes this accident policy. That is, let's say whenever you meet with an accident, all the some amount, and you become disabled, or an individual becomes disabled, yeah, either loses one leg or one hand, or it leads to permanent disability or partial disability, he or she will be given a particular amount. Again, it all depends on how much. If you are using two-wheelers frequently, it's always advisable to have a separate accident plan for at least a coverage of 10 lakhs, because accidents, as with two-wheelers, are more prone to accidents. So the moment you become disabled or some minor accidents, you will be given that 10 lakhs rupees. Again, they will have their own criteria, how much for each organs. Okay, based on that, you will be paid. The next important aspect is bariatric surgery. So these are all kind of cosmetic kind of surgery. Bariatric means some people intend to lose weight. Okay, the what is it, the fat part is removed from their body. So some people, it all nowadays we have a lot of the traditional health insurance policies did not cover all these kind of innovative or new ways of or new methods of treatment. Now some of the companies are offering this also. Okay, if you are interested or if you have the requirement, you can buy such policies which offer this. Bariatric means losing weight. Psychiatric means psychiatric is also in some undergo a depression very quickly in their life. Some are prone to a lot of depression or psychological issues. So even that treatment also will be covered. Then age limit is also very much important. To what extent? Let's say you buy one particular health insurance, it should cover you up to the age of 75, 85 at least, because only then it will be useful, and your premium will be less. Okay, if you choose the policy which just has the limit up to 60 years or 65 years, it will not be beneficial to a greater extent. Then organ donor expenses is very much important. Let's say if somebody is suffering from kidney issues and they are undergoing dialysis, and the doctor advises them for this organ implantation, then what all the expenses, let's say, and you decide to have this organ donation, what all expenses that the organ donor incurs means what? It does not include the money that you give to him, or it's legally, it's not legal that you pay the money to somebody and then get their organ. Usually what happens if some patient is brain dead, and if his organs are available at that time also, you can have this organ donation. Or if somebody within your own family is ready to donate one kidney to another family member, at that time that other person who is donating, he or she also should undergo the operation, and there will be expenses incurred on him or her. So that expenses will also be covered. So these options are very much important. Top up is the new trend now. Let's say if you have because now the trend is everything is in crores, nobody talks about lakhs now. So the best way is get insured for 10 lakhs, and by paying let's say if you are in your 20s or 30s, get insured for 10 lakhs for your family, okay, by paying 20k or 30k depend on the age. And another 90 lakhs top up you get for just 5,000 rupees or 6,000 rupees. Okay, that is the trend now. That is the benefit of top up. So never go for health insurance coverage more than 10 lakhs, because you have this top up option. Because the 10 lakhs, if a person for 30 years of age pays 15 to 20,000 rupees, for another 90 lakhs he or she pays only 5 or 6,000 rupees. So you see, means what? How does it work? Only when the first 10 lakhs gets used or utilized, the other 90 lakhs comes into the picture. So this is very much important. So these are the 25 key important points that one should follow before buying health insurance. I hope some of you would have bought it and some of you are planning to do it. Okay, but do consider all these points. And even in the present policies, you can incorporate. Okay, and what are the benefits for you personally beyond these health benefits? It is exempted under Section 80B of the Income Tax Act. Okay, and moreover, it is a kind of social service that you do. Why social service? The premium that you're going to pay. See, nobody wishes. Let's say when an individual buys any health insurance policy, he or she will not wish that one should get hospitalized. Okay, most of the time we try to be healthy, we try to be fit enough. Okay, so the premium that we pay is helpful to somebody else who is suffering from any ailment. So it's a kind of social service also. So the free of cost services that are available is, so I just briefed you about what all you should go through, what all you should take into consideration before buying health insurance. So if you want to know about health insurance that meets all your needs, and if you need a profiling of your existing health insurance, please do contact at 6366 417170. It's the service that is available free of cost as part of social entrepreneurship and to ensure the penetration of insurance to even remote corners of the society so that each and every individual in this society is benefited. See, the main ultimate problem is we tend to neglect. Okay, whenever a poor man dies, a poor person dies, we ask the government, what is that you have done? The government has its own schemes related to health insurance, okay, and even life insurance. Being educated, I feel that educated people should enlighten other fellow citizens about its benefits, because recently in news in this pandemic situation, I witnessed plenty of people losing their own hard-earned money, okay, and getting depressed due to financial problems. So when there are avenues for us, when there are opportunities for us to protect ourselves, okay, government is encouraging people to invest in health insurance so that they can claim for tax deductions, claim for tax reimbursement. Okay, so we have to utilize all those. So I hope the 25 points that I mentioned for consideration of buying health insurance will be of some use to anybody. Please do spread the word so that let us be an intelligible society, educated society,